Here's my two witnesses, my dad and my girlfriend. Every day that we need to get somewhere that we've never been before, we have to get directions. When I was 18 years old, I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I moved there to install rain gutters for a company, and I had to go to different job sites each day to install rain gutters. I had to go to different addresses all around Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. I'd never been to Dallas Fort Worth or driven around Dallas Fort Worth, so in order to find where I needed to go, I had to use what's called a MapSco. At the time, it was 1998, and I didn't have cell phone. I didn't have a navigation system. I actually had a MapSco, which was a map of Dallas that was broken down into about a 1 inch thick book where it had street addresses, street names in the back of the book, and you could navigate through the page to find your address to where you needed to go. And since it was in book form, I had to flip through the pages, find where I was at, where I was going, figure out north, south, east, or west, and I had to visualize my route, my main roads and side streets where I needed to be. And then after a few months, I was able to navigate. I was able to recognize which part of Dallas I was at, whether I was in North Dallas, South Dallas, Central, the main roads where I needed to be, and I was quickly able to remember different areas of Dallas. And I feel that you could use the same technique of visualizing your route and where you need to go, even with modern navigation systems. Today, you have TomTom and Garmin, and you can use your cell phone with Google Maps, and you really don't have to visualize where you're going. You just follow the directions in your navigation. It tells you to turn right here, turn left there. And I feel if you could sit down and visualize your route to your final destination, pay attention to your main roads, pay attention to where you're turning and landmarks, that you'll get a better understanding of your surroundings. And in the future, you won't have to be so dependent on your cell phones or as dependent on your navigation system to know where you are. You'll have a better idea of where you've been, and you won't have to be as dependent on your navigation system. And in case something happens, you get stuck without a navigation system, you'll have an idea of where you're at and be able to get back to a location you're familiar with.